Ok, spremni za najzanimljiviji deo, to je prvi deo najzanimljivijih dela, a to su pičevi startupova. U prvom delu ćemo imati 5 startupova koji će predstaviti svoje ideje. I to su Outpost Chess, Moćno, Ralph, Balkan Based i Pat Smith. Najava će biti na engleskom kao i pičevi, pošto nam je žiri internacionalno, pa ću ja sad samo da predstavim ovde naš članove žirija. We have here Stevica Kuharski from Phil Rouge Capital, Jelena Đurović from Partnership Manager for Serbia and Southeast Europe from Pioneer, Alex George, Principal from Point9, Jack Thorogood, Founder and CEO of Native Teams, and Tanja Kuzman, Director for PwC SEE Consulting, Digital Startups and Innovation. Let's have a warm welcome for our jury here. And the first startup that will share his idea is Outpost Chess. Even though chess is the most popular game in the world, 800 million players, chess semi-professionals and professionals are still suffering from some basic problems. There is significant pain in matching and aligning players and tournament organizers and clubs, and organizers are having pain in facilitating the registration and payment process regarding the tournament organization. Let's hear Outpost Chess plan how they will solve this. I invite them to join me for a 5-minute presentation. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Great. First of all, thank you for having us remote. Outpost is at European Chess Championship, so in the future is remote. So thank you for letting us pitch in here. Shall I start right now? Is that okay? Can you see the screen?
Yes, you can start.
Thank you, everybody. So, hello, we are Outpost, and our vision is to connect every single chess user on the earth to our digital chess platform. Why chess? Well, it's because of me. I'm in chess in more than 20 years so far as a professional chess title player, arbiter, coach, organizer, and the World and European University Chess Champion. This is Ilya. He's in business more than 17 years so far. He has 2 companies behind. One of them is Startup, and that's the huge thing for us. He has a huge startup experience. The third guy on the picture is Matt Thomas from Atlanta, US. He's our world champion in chess boxing. He's a serial entrepreneur and influencer on social media. And the fourth guy on the picture is Dragutin. He's our CTO in charge for technical part of our platform with more than 10 years of banking experience. Even though chess is the most popular and most traditional sport in the world, chess users are still suffering from some basic problems like I'm the chess organizer and I want to organize some chess event. I'm having a lot of pain in announce the tournament, in find the players, in register the players. And in the end, once I find all of them, I'm collecting money in cash, in my bank account, via PayPal. And that's definitely exhausting job to do. Solution? Everything at one place, at Outpost. So with tournament calendar feature, you can announce your tournament. With intelligent search feature on Outpost, you can find all the players you need. With registration feature, you can sort and list your players. And with payment feature, you can definitely see and lead your financial from the beginning till the end, and everything at one place at Outpost. We are speaking to the market of more than 800 million and more chess people worldwide. Only on chess.com and 100 million and more, which is the most popular platform so far. And our existing reachable network is 250K and more of chess people we can immediately reach. Our competitors are definitely chess.com and Lichess, but they're focusing on gaming and learning, which we are not. The third one would be King registration, focus on registration facilitation during the tournament process, but based only and targeting only in USA market. And our biggest competitor is definitely a good old system of calling and texting each other via our contact list, which we all know can be global and proper solution for the modern chess. Our business model is pretty simple. We're going to employ freemium and subscription divided in 3 tiers, where each tier is going to give you some certain level of chess features. But we are finding the biggest chance in transaction fees because every single participant needs to pay or to be paid to participate in any kind of chess event you can imagine. And now that is usually illegal and in cash. So we estimated that the average commission pre-tournament is around 3K euro for us. Our go-to-market strategy is pretty unique, and our team is a perfect match to conduct it. First thing is tournament organization, both online and offline tournament organized by Outpost Chess team. And this is really important for us because this is growing both our revenue and the user base, which is our two most important KPIs. The second one is partnership with tournament organizer. We are serving tournament organizer as a payment partner where we take in and out payments and we take 10% of each transaction. The third one is Outpost ambassador model. We have 6 ambassadors covering 4 continents so far, and we are looking forward to cover the globe. The next one will be co-founder chess network, especially mine because I'm highly integrated in the World, European and Serbia Chess Federation, and Matt Thomas as well in Atlanta Chess Federation. And we are spreading all of that awareness through different channels so we can reach even higher. Where are we now? Well, we have 1,800 signups so far. We have organized 6 tournaments. We have 7 closed deals with tournament organizer as a payment partner. We have revenue in January of $5K. Our month-over-month growth is 30%. We are a team of 17 people. And what is the biggest new and the recent news is that we are awarding the Catapult Accelerator from this March, and we are looking forward to raise 300K seed round, which will be matched with Catapult Accelerator with no equity taken. So that's who we are. We are Outpost, and we are giving a checkmate to chess problems. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We will pass the word towards jury so they can ask you some questions.
Sure.
Hi, thank you for the presentation and thank you for breaking the ice. I have just one question. This is Stevica from Phil Rouge Capital. What is your user acquisition strategy?
If I can jump in here. As Lena mentioned earlier, we are organizing tournaments online and offline. And through those tournaments, we are collecting transaction fees and as well users. So we see that as the biggest advantage for us, since we are giving value to our users and growing our business as well. Beside our own tournaments, we are serving other tournaments. We made a deal with a couple of them, so far 7. Our goal is to hit 35, which will generate our revenue, which will generate us revenue for this year of 60K. Beside organizers, beside our tournaments, we are dealing with chess ambassadors, as we call it. Then currently we have them on 4 continents, and hopefully we will cover the rest of the world. And they are organizing their own tournaments. So through those tournaments, we are collecting users as well.
Thank you.
Hi, thank you for the presentation. I'm not sure if you can see me. I'm Milos from South Central Ventures. And 2 quick questions from me. How recurable is the revenue from events? And can you leverage the platform to break into other sports, BG, tennis clubs? Thank you.
The events are recurring events. Usually, the biggest tournaments are held once in a year. So if we made a deal with organizers, usually we are making a deal for several years ahead. This happened with those 7 that we have agreed on this year. Beside that, tournaments, there are a lot of tournaments that are regularly organized by other organizers on a monthly basis, even on a weekly basis. But those are like small tournaments, and we don't see as our core core focus. So we are going to serve like mid to large tournaments that have around 50 plus K of revenue, pricing pool, and entry fees.
What was the second question?
Can you leverage the platform to break into other sports, club-based sports?
Oh, yes. We thought of two things, actually. So the first one is expanding to individual sports like billiard, tennis, golf. And because they're having like similar feature and characteristic like the individual sports, like the chess players. And the other thing, which is even more important and even more interesting for us, is that we got hits on our payment feature, and we figure out that we can serve non-businesses, so no business activities, for in and out payments. Like we are serving the organizers to collect the participation fee and to pay awards. They don't have a business because they are just doing that like activity. We figure out that we can spread that like for every single activity, not just the chess one, but chess is the perfect. Actually, for me, the perfect to start, and for Outpost, the perfect place to start and to confirm that hypothesis.
Hi, I'm Jelena from Pioneer. And my question would be like something in the area payments. I'm wondering about this. What you said would be like 250,000 reachable players. What would be the size of the transactions that you will be going through the platform at that moment? Do you know projections, like what is average per one player or customer on the platform?
Let's use, if I understand well, let's use this tournament, the European Chess Championship, for example, for a good one, because this is the target tournament. So there is a 300K in euro for this, like a turnover for tournament. And they actually, at this competition, ask us to do a payment procedures and everything instead of them. So our target is this kind of tournaments. And there is a 20K of tournaments, but we are targeting just this one, just like 500 players and 300K in euro like turnover per year. The tournament which we can take all in payments and we can pass through all awards for the players.
The thing is, sorry if I can jump in. The thing is, we are not tying our revenue for the number of users. That will come after, hopefully, when we introduce the subscription feature. But we are tying our revenue for transactions, serving organizers as a payment processor. So this is something that we are looking forward to leverage.
As I understand, so even some that are not users of the platform will do transactions through your platform and you will get a fee. And who is the payment processor that you are partnering with for this part of?
Yeah, we just started with PayPal, since they have the easiest way to implement the whole infrastructure, and it helped us to test the hypothesis. And the thing is, we are looking forward to optimize all that process in terms of taxation, in terms of fees, and we need to find the right and proper partner that can help us to facilitate these transactions.
Okay, thanks.
Hi, it's Jack from Native Teams. So just a quick question. How do you place the balance of importance in the business between the partnerships you're doing and then the tournaments you're running of your own? Because it sounds like they might almost cannibalize one another if you're not careful, by upsetting some of those tournament hosts by running your own tournaments.
So there are like, it's a different thing at first. So we are organizing a tournament that serve us firstly as a marketing, as a visibility. So what we do is pick the date, pick our ambassador, and he's using our Outpost Chess service and facilitating every single like organization stuff, because we have all the organizers tool, and that's a multiple like benefit from us. Their job is easier. We can all figure out through our service what are they doing. We just pick the date, we just give the regulation, and we let them go in their community. And when it comes to the organizers tournament, we come to organize. It's like B2B. We come to organizer, I talk to them, I offer them a service, and they also enter the Outpost, open profile, follow his registration, follow his payments. He's doing it by himself, and we are just helping them with the payment process and like serving them as a payment partner. So that's like the two different things, like the marketing and the sales one.
Yeah, we are not in collision, especially because of dates, and especially because of the format of the tournaments. And Lena has mentioned this tournament in Vrnjačka Banja right now. It's European Championship. It's a huge tournament, and we are not in that space at all. So our tournaments are small tournaments and more for fun and collecting users. And these tournaments that we are targeting to have a transaction fees are professional tournaments with a larger pricing pool and lots of players.
Great, thanks.
That's it. Thank you, Outpost team, for...
Thank you very much.
And now I will invite the second startup to present themselves. I will make a short introduction. This is Team Moćno. Moćno provides a sustainable and innovative solution to meet the growing demand for fresh, healthy, and nutritious microgreens. Their business will consist of two aspects: selling microgreens through direct ordering and developing the local Serbian market by educating the population about the benefits of microgreens consumption and plant-based diet. Can you please join me here?
Absolutely. Thank you,
And
Diana.
welcome. You will have 5 minutes. I will do the stopwatch. Yeah.
Please give us just a second until we prepare our requisites. I think we can start. All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us today. A growing problem affecting millions of people around the world, especially us living in urban areas, is nutrient deficiency. Now, despite living in cities with abundant resources, there we go. With abundant resources, due to busy lives we're living and limited access to healthy foods, most of us are struggling to get the nutrition we daily need to stay healthy. This results in increased risk of health diseases, chronic diseases including obesity, diabetes, heart diseases, which all contribute to a shortened life expectancy and the quality of life. At the same time, our current food production methods are environmentally unsustainable, contributing to climate change and leading to soil degradation, water pollution, and deforestation.
But there is hope. Microgreens are small, nutrient-packed plants that can be grown year-round in urban areas, and they require fewer resources with less energy, and also they create less waste than traditional agriculture. Microgreens are also incredibly nutritious, containing up to 40 times more vitamins and minerals than their respective mature counterparts. We are excited to share with you our vision for Moćno, a Serbian-based startup that will revolutionize the way people consume foods and live. through extensive marketing and education programs, we plan to build a new market where microgreens are still unknown. To achieve that, we are planning to build a web app that will allow users to interactively farm microgreens with using of step-by-step processes that will guide them through each phase, but with a tangible reward at the end.
Now, if there was a royalty among all microgreens, that would probably be broccoli. For example, this mature broccoli took 90 days to produce. It requires large space in the garden and a lot of resources, comparing to this tray of microgreens broccoli that took only 6 days to produce with this much water. And in comparison, this contains 170 milligrams of sulforaphane, which is known to exhibit chemoprevention, opposing to 1,200 in this little tray. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, why we want to inspire and empower urban Serbian citizens to transition to a sustainable, healthier way of living by bringing these power foods closer to them. Our business strategy model is twofold. Oh my, there we go. It's twofold. Firstly, we will be farming and selling microgreens directly to consumers and online shoppers. This model includes 4 market segments: and consumers via direct sales and green markets, large retail chains, small retailers such as green grocery shops and healthy food shops, and plant-based restaurants.
And secondly, we want to educate the population for the benefits of microgreens and the way of consumption and ease of farming through our Moćna app, our educational original e-products, through live workshops, and through mentorship and consulting.
Excuse me?
It always starts from beginning.
Yeah.
This is a little bit of an issue. Okay.
There we go. Sorry, guys.
All right, sorry.
Slide.
No. The previous one? Okay. So that is why, unlike other microgreens apps on the market that are mainly scheduling tools for other commercial growers in developed market, our app is one of a kind. We actually want to focus on undeveloped market that will actually raise awareness through education. Users can interactively go into the app and get to grow their plants and then receive it in, let's say, 7 to 12 days, ready to be harvested and served on their plate.
5 minutes. Sorry, guys. Can we perhaps close? Sorry for the technical difficulties. We just wanted to point out that we did a thorough market analysis, actually the first one of a kind in Serbia on microgreens market, so that our analysis includes detailed buyer persona, detailed strengths and weaknesses of all 22 players on the market. We have the market at the palm of our hand with our data-driven approach and unmatched knowledge and understanding of it. We are bound to make a splash in the industry. And let me just say that for that purposes, we have developed and already started with extensive workshops and marketing campaigns that we plan to leverage in educating the market about the benefits of these superfoods. In general, a detailed financial projection and operational demand plan, bottom-up built, with our financial projections proving that we have a IRR of 300% and return on capital of 60%, ensuring successful return rates. What we ask is your support to help us execute our strategy efficiently and successfully, and thus make your impact in making our environment more sustainable and our community better.
Thank you.
Hi. How did you strike the balance between entering a market that needs more education, perhaps, but on the flip side, there's less competition? Because it sounds like that's perhaps the balance. There's slightly more mature markets, but there's more competitors there.
Thank you. So in our analysis, we have conducted a thorough deep dive through field research and mystery shopper tour. Out of those 22 competitors, there's actually only 3 that are serious commercial growers. Now, these, let's call them competitors, but in fact, they're really not. They're focusing strictly on restaurants. So our restaurants are the only basically customers of these superfoods, and they use them for garnish. That's why we kind of perceive them as unutilized resource. It is not easily accessible to you guys, and we want to bring them so that everybody can grow them, you know, at their own home in like 5 to 6 days.
Thanks.
I'm wondering, is this broccoli or something else here?
Let me see what you have in the black one. Oh, that's a mix. You have radish there, you have pak choy or Chinese cabbage, and you have broccoli.
And my question is, how can I use this? Do I just eat this from this cup, or as a salad, or if I don't use it as a garnish, how do you think to get to masses? I don't know, to
unfortunately, I didn't get to introduce you to the whole team, but we have experts in different industries, including agriculture and gastronomy. Now, there are so many applicable options for this. So aside from using it as a garnish on sandwiches or soups, stuff like that, there are actually many dishes that you can use that as your base of the whole food. It's not just salads. It can be different type of spring rolls and whatnot. And actually, funny that you mentioned, there's only 2% of Belgrade chefs, restaurant chefs, that have tried and have that in their regular menus as a main dish. So it is applicable. We just need to teach people how to do it.
Thanks.
Hi. So what's the product? Selling trays and seeds or already grown?
Right. Maybe this will help you. I'm having trouble with this one. So,
and if the user...
Okay, so we have extensive supporting slides on this topic presenting the whole product portfolio. Our product portfolio consists of actually 16 products, which are dispersed through 4 market segments. Now, aside from e-products, digital products, and to your question, the very products in trays that get to be farmed through remote app, we have regular products that we're going to be selling, which are in plastic-based, but plant plastic cups, the only ones on the market, which are cups similar to these, but we didn't have a chance to show you guys. So there's a hard product placement in throughout all distribution regular channels, and to your point, there is virtual farming app that allows for remote growing in trays similar to these. For example, this size tray is what we call the beginner size tray, and the price of it is around 170 dinars, and it takes like 7 days. And through that process, users go through each step, which we have defined with the help of our agriculture experts. And they get to literally learn each phase in terms of nutrition, the carbon footprint that each phase leaves, how much energy was used in production. So they get to be informed about the whole growing cycle. And by the end of it, they will get to receive this by our green couriers that we have still partnering with. to get it and to harvest it, which is a pretty satisfying feeling. And hopefully by, maybe 5 to 10 iterations repeated, they will get to do it by themselves, buying seeds from local suppliers. We can go that way if you guys want to, because we do plan to vertically integrate in 5 years. And does that answer your question?
Yeah, and how much of the round will have to go to marketing and educational purposes?
Can you repeat that? How much?
How much of the round will have to go to marketing and educating the audience?
Well, since we're going to be applying the Blue Ocean strategy in developing a new market, we do plan to invest significantly in marketing activities. Like I mentioned, there is no YouTube educational content whatsoever, not just in Serbia, but in Balkans regarding microgreens. So we have already started making partnerships with local influencers on related topics, vegan and plant-based diets, sustainability, environmental awareness. And we plan to start out, guerrilla type of thing, obviously. But there's so many opportunities out there in HoReCa and large retailer market. We have established a connection with, I won't mention it, but one of the largest local retail chains in Serbia. And the second one that you probably all know and heard has just published a strategy about going green. So we started negotiation with them, and they don't have microgreens in their offers. So it's all a part of both selling and marketing at the same time, I would say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What is your expansion strategy?
Expansion strategy. Thank you, sir. Good question. All right. So again, I'm more than willing to share with you our business plan and the bottom-up demand plan projection. So we have used a very conservative approach there for each market segment. Okay. Luckily, through certain individuals from our team, we have managed to obtain information about the current demand, actual demand per week of trays on Serbian market. So we know the exact how to scale it. By the way, this is a very scalable business because each variety takes, depending on it, 6 to 12 days. And we know in hour how long it takes. So how do we plan to expand? We plan with the support, funding support, obviously, to invest $105,000 in our capacities. That will help us to cover the expansion of our capacity, which is in direct correlation supplying the market, and to cover our operational and marketing expenses for first 2 years. This will enable us to successfully and more quicker kickstart the business, and in our mind, basically cover the whole existing market and expand it to everybody that are willing to transition to this type of diet.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Does this help? Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for making this stage more green. Okay. Now we have a third startup to hear. The team is called Ralph. It is SaaS that generates sales and marketing content using the latest artificial intelligence algorithms. They've developed a set of tools for full LinkedIn content, email sequences, and sales-oriented blog post creation. I give this speaker to you.
Thank you. Okay, cool. I will start. Yep, please. So, hey everyone, my name is Nikola, I'm from Ralph AI. Let me move here so you can see it actually. So I'm gonna start it off by telling you about, let's say a problem, like how much time sales and marketing professionals actually spend daily on writing content, like emails, LinkedIn messages, sales content, blog posts, social media posts, etc. So essentially 30 to 70% of their day actually goes on like the sole mission to create and write that content. It was up till now, like we have a full-blown AI revolution in a way, and it's not a buzzword finally. It's actually something that's transforming the industry. And what it actually means is that if you needed like 5 hours previously to create a perfect blog post, you can actually write it in under 1 minute without any skills. And currently it might be the same quality or even better than a human-made one. So that's what generative NLP actually made possible. So these are some of the models actually in place. And I guess all of you heard about ChatGPT. So essentially that's just the most visible application of these technologies. And Ralph is actually also built on the same type of technology, although with a lot of twists and a lot of background programming and instructions that make it very suitable for sales and marketing content. But let me show you how Ralph actually works. So this is the actual screenshots from the product. So you choose any of the tools available. Let's go for like a LinkedIn post. I hope you can see actually what's all there. And you input a couple of sentences about what you would actually like to have post about. And in under 10 seconds, you get a full-blown, like ready to be published LinkedIn post. If you want to make it longer, shorter, more funny, witty, or whatever, you can actually tweak it. And then you can save it in your personal library or use it immediately. Like what makes us a bit different, like a lot different than other players in this field, especially in the ChatGPT craze, is first of all that we have a focus on sales and marketing content. So there is a lot of background instructions and programming in a way, as I said, that makes every piece of content like tailored to its own purpose. The second one is quite connected to it. So we have 8+ years in B2B sales experience that's actually embedded within all of that. Simplified UX, which is super important for this type of a tool, actually allows anyone without any technical knowledge to use it like fully up to 100% efficiency. And partnership approach means that we partner with lead generation agencies and sales enablement tools to provide them with our API so we can actually tap into their own users. This is the landscape. Of course, we are in like the sweet spot, easy to use and advanced sales results, meaning that they are pretty good for professional use. So Reggie is the most similar tool to us, but it's kind of quite a complex product in a way, so not for everyone. This is how we earn money. So we have a freemium SaaS model. You start off with 500 free words, and then you move on to a professional or advanced plan. The market is huge, but actually these numbers kind of seem, I think will seem tiny in just about like 6 months or something, because like with all the progress happening and even the GPT-4 being released this week. So these are the main customers that we are after. So it's primarily salespeople, SDRs, AIs, account executives and their bosses in mid and small companies. Then we have business owners and one-man company shows, content writers and marketing managers, and finally we have like lead generation and sales agencies. We primarily do it through outbound, LinkedIn outreach, and that's our most used channel so far, but we are playing around with the others too. There are 3 of us, you're going to meet them a bit later. So Jovan and me, we had a successful startup that we exited successfully a couple of years ago. It was a B2B sales automation startup. Then we formed a sales outsourcing company that we still own, but we professionalized it to focus on Ralph. Luca, as a tech mastermind, has created certain social media automation tools before and also owns a successful e-commerce startup, Caricature Master, also professionalized to focus on that. The numbers that actually matter about our startup. So we have over 400 users since mid-January. We have 20+ daily active users, 10+ daily new registered users as of recently, and modest, but we are still proud of that number, 5 paying customers so far on like our monthly subscription plan. We started first building it in October, had the first version in December, got the first paying client in January, and hoping to actually get to 100 by June. Now, if GPT-4 proves to be as good as it might be, actually that number might prove to be very small and modest. And by July, we plan to release the API. So what we are potentially looking for, 400K for actually expanding the team, adding new use cases, and burning money on marketing. So I enjoyed talking to you about Ralph, hope you did too, and happy for questions. Thank you. So I'll just invite them also to join me if any questions arise.
Hi, thank you for the presentation. Did you receive any grants so far for this?
Nope, not yet. So we are in the Raising Stars program currently, but nope, not. We kind of started, dealing with any external things pretty recently because we were focused on the project. But yeah, still not.
Okay, thank you.
Hi. How do you differentiate yourselves from the mass of other ChatGPT startups?
So essentially, first of all, there is always a bit of a distinction between the ChatGPT itself and the Pro version versus the Ralph itself. So first of all, ChatGPT has a lot more of a conversational focus in its own content. So you can use it to get good pieces of content, but you need to input a lot of different inputs and tailor it. You would need 5 to 10 times to tell it how to create it in order to get something, while Ralph has some background instructions how to actually create for email, how to create it for LinkedIn connection, how to create it for a LinkedIn post, etc. The second thing is also that now that they have a Pro version, which actually costs $20 plus VAT, which is actually the only one you can always use. The thing is that actually within Ralph, as of the 1st of this month, they've opened up the ChatGPT Pro API, which we have implemented within our AI Business Assistant tool. So actually when you purchase Ralph now, you not only get, you do not only get our tools, you actually get a ChatGPT Pro included within our AI Business Assistant. So it's just an API that they've opened and allows you to use,
If I may, who pays for tokens for ChatGPT AI?
We do, but the tokens are actually pretty cheap on the ChatGPT API currently. So it's actually is it 10 times cheaper than Vinci?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I don't understand the business logic that much in theirs, but yeah. So essentially that's some of the main reasons.
Can I just add, yeah. Basically, you've seen the subscription model. Basically, we pay for the tokens, and on average cost is around $1 to $1.5 on a subscription. That user pays $29, basically, for using the API.
If they use up all 40,000 words.
Sorry, I meant in relation to other startups that are using the ChatGPT as you are, not to ChatGPT itself.
True. So essentially, oh no, is it the other one? Yeah. So essentially, these are maybe some of the most well-known in the area. So compared to them, for example, Reggie is the one also focused on sales content. How we differentiate from them is that they are more of a full integrated solution that you have to connect with your emails, with your CRM, and stuff like that, while it makes it for a simple user a bit more difficult to use it. Also, what we have noticed that we have many more input fields, so you can customize your content much more, while Reggie keeps it more straightforward and gives you maybe 2 input fields to create any type of a content. Compared to Jasper or any other tools like WriteSonic, they are much more in terms of write a marketing email or just write a basic blog post or stuff like that. Sorry. And it kind of makes it, let's say, not modestly to say, but they allow you for less complicated content to be created in a way. It does come with a cost that we have more input fields that are also optional, you don't have to fill them in, but essentially what we heard from users is that they like the availability of being able to create a more complex and more in-depth, for example, we have a client, paying user that uses it to write texts about pharmaceuticals. So, it really gives him the edge to put so many things.
Hello. Well, I'm thinking about, are you targeting more customers like singular professionals and freelancers, things like that, or companies? How is it going to be?
Yep. So for now, actually, we are reaching out mostly to, let's say, the single business owners. which do include like freelancers and like let's say coaches and stuff like that, while also we are going after like small and mid-sized sales companies and their sales teams. So essentially, let's say it's a two-pronged approach, and we currently go after them on LinkedIn for both of the groups. But let's say the majority of them currently are maybe like in the first group of like salespeople, but we are also focusing now more on like small businesses and one-man kind of a business.
If I may, one more question about geographies in your expansion. How do you see, where did you launch, and who are your existing customers, and where do you want to be next?
Absolutely. So most of them are actually US, Canada, and UK based. So let's say from 400 something, it's like about like 60% is from that area, and like Western Europe. We actually have a lot from the Nordics. We have some like let's say connections there in Germany also as a big of country, and of course there is like a 30% of maybe people that we don't really count on going to a paid plan, which are from like, let's say, more modest background countries. But essentially, let's say that 60 to 70% is like North America and Europe, and some of like Australia and New Zealand. So that's kind of our focus, North America.
How deep is the product roadmap? Because it looks like the first version of the product only took 2 months to build.
I'm going to give it to our tech guy.
Yeah, basically that's correct. The first version didn't take too much for us to develop, but we are constantly improving it. Firstly, we improved the UX, making it much easier to use based on the feedback we got. So now it's like pretty simple to use it. Yeah, can you show the next slide? Yeah, the roadmap. Yeah, basically we are expecting this GPT-4 implementation, which will, we guess, significantly improve the results of the Ralph. Yeah, the roadmap, we are still collecting the feedback, so we don't have the long-term plans, but basically, yeah, the API integration is one of the on top of the list, because this will significantly allow us to implement for some other tools to implement Ralph, and we will collect their user base.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm thinking about using this app. So the next startup is Balkan-based. It's an organization formed by experienced freelancers and remote work specialists from all over the Balkan region. Their goal is to solve 2 excruciating problems that plague almost every modern digital workplace. Let's hear more about them. Welcome.
Hello everyone. I've never held a mic before in my life, so...
Yeah. Where's the clicker? Thank you.
Alright, so my name is Alex, and I'm here with my friends and business partners and colleagues, Veljko and Ivan, and also Maria in the audience. And we're here to present Balkan Base to all of you. So, the first thing we're going to talk about are the problems and our unique solution. We are targeting 2 problems that are currently on the market, and the first one is the problem that most startups have when trying to hire remotely, and we know all of them do because of the salary differences, is that they have in-house HR specialists or organizations that claim that they can find capable employees, and instead they just reach out to random people on LinkedIn. And I've personally experienced when working for companies that, you know, these organizations that are supposed to find professionals to work for us, they just reach out to someone randomly on LinkedIn. They do not test if they have the required skill set to actually do their job, and then they get fired in 7 or 14 days, and the process goes on and on and on until they actually find a capable candidate for the company. And the second issue is more of a humane one, because we all know that people from the Balkans have not so ideal work conditions and also salaries compared to workers from first world countries. So we are also doing this to try and find perfect remote workspaces for our friends, peers, people we like, that we want them to thrive in better workplaces. So our solution is to connect these two groups of people, and we personally vet the employees. Those are our acquaintances or even friends, and once we are sure that a candidate is a good fit for our client, we introduce them to each other. We help them, guide them through the interview process, and then they start working together.
Okay, our unique approach is that no other recruitment or headhunting or HR agencies offer what we do. With every member of our team having a decade of remote work experience, we've built a network of remote work veterans and young and ambitious people looking for remote work and to start doing remote work for the first time in their life. Our database currently holds around 100 people that we're acquaintances or even friends with that are ready to work and open for remote work. Our most unique key selling point is the coffee cup policy. Basically, we personally try to get to know each candidate that goes into our database, and therefore that means that we have a unique insight into whether the employee would be a good fit for the company and the roles they're seeking. All the similar services have straightforward staffing procedures, which basically consist of people applying to their networks or contacting random folk on LinkedIn.
All right, so how is our idea unique? Can you move to the next slide? Right. Yeah. Can you give me the bullet points? The people in our database that we mentioned, we have, for example, 10 writers, 5 marketing specialists, SEO specialists. We have some developers, although those are very hard to find. So when a client reaches out to us, or we reach out to them, and then they, give us the job description. And let's say they are looking for an SEO specialist. We then look into our database. We see which SEO specialists we have available, and we first reach out to them, explain to them what the role would be, and see if they're interested. And then we make a short list, and we select the candidate that would be the ideal fit for the client based on, different factors. So maybe a candidate doesn't want to work, maybe they only want flexible work hours, maybe they are not happy with the pay, whatever. And once we are sure that our candidate and the client would work greatly together, we connect them and, introduce them to each other.
Since the future is remote, we can say that our market is nearly infinite. So as long as there are companies in Western countries and in Americas looking to hire remote workers, then there's going to be a job for us. On the other hand, when it comes to employees, we are certain that there won't ever be a shortage of employees. As Nicola in presentation mentioned earlier, in Southern Eastern Europe, 75% of remote employees are satisfied with their positions. So we expect that the number of remote workers and the number of the amount of their satisfaction will continue to increase in the future.
Time's up already. Oh wow! No, we didn't pay him that much attention. Sorry.
How familiar are you guys with landing jobs in Portugal? Because that seems to be tackling a very similar problem to what you're doing, and they've managed to strike that right balance between, I guess, being perceived as a tech company and a platform, whilst also doing what, to be frank, looks like a recruitment agency job as well. And they've kind of struck that balance really nicely. I don't know if you're familiar with them or not.
No.
Really recommend having a look at them, because they have kind of straddled that balance, and they've made a real impact by having a very tight geographic focus. So their focus is on Portugal. To be frank, I've never seen anything similar to that in any other countries, but they've done a really good job of that, so it could be worth having a close look anyway.
Yeah, we are focusing on the US market because we had a few clients already. We didn't get to that part, sadly. And basically we were doing this for 5 or 6 years in the past already. We were finding employees for our employers at companies where we worked at. So a couple of months ago, I quit my then job. And the founder was like, hey man, can you find me, 3 more people for this? And I was like, yeah, but you need to pay. So I expected him to say, I'm not going to use any curse words. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to pay. So I talked to them and we decided that we actually have a good business model. We made a website, started reaching out, and blah, blah.
Great, thanks.
So you are going to be serving all world, but recruiting in Balkans.
Yeah, we are exclusively looking for employers that are from first world countries, and they are already trying to, focus their staffing on this particular region because of the salary difference, and we are just going to help them find ideal people and not random people from socials.
You're going to drink a lot of coffees.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're in a scalable mode, if you are going there.
Oh yeah, we currently have 10 members in our team. That's also something we didn't mention. So we have people from Belgrade, obviously, Novi Sad, Zagreb, Sarajevo, Banja Luka, and the Kotor. It's in Montenegro, for those of you who don't know. So our network is like we are going to universities, it's our ex-business colleagues, everyone. Our database already has more than 200 people who are ready to work, either industry experts or completely unexperienced, but ambitious and speaking fluent English.
Do you plan to automate the vetting process so it doesn't create a bottleneck in scaling?
Never. That's our key selling point. We are never automating anything. It's like every employee is someone that we know personally and we can guarantee for them. Like if something goes wrong, it's going to be a very rare occurrence, and we are going to, for free, find another employee for the client. But basically what we want is that when we help a client hire someone, we want to be able to say, hey, this is a great human being, they will fit great into your workplace, and minimize the risk of there being any, them stopping to work together.
Thank you.
I'm good. All my questions got answered.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. And I will kindly invite the last startup of this round of 5 to join us here. PetSmeet is a social network mobile application for pet owners and animal lovers. With PetSmeet, users can connect with other pet owners in their local area and beyond, share photos and videos of their beloved pets, and participate in a variety of fun and informative discussions. So, guys, welcome. 5 minutes, I will share.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Nikola and he is my colleague Branko.
Hello.
Today we are presenting the PetSmeet social network for pet owners, lovers and businesses in pet industry, Pet Lovers Universe. So PetSmeet is a social network for the pet lovers businesses and businesses in pet industry. We are creating a global community where you could find the solutions for daily problems, interact with community and improve your business. Some problems we noticed in the owners' lives is the 30% of the owners hardly find their lost pets. 75% of owners don't know how to find or where to find a partner for their pets, and 65% of owners don't know how to care about their pets. Businesses in pet industry are faced with investing a huge amounts in the marketing and don't get the real result. Our solution for previous mentioned problems is a mobile multi-platform app we built for the pet lovers and businesses. We have two types of profiles in the app. Users profiles, where owners could create profiles for the pets and share and create interesting content, interact with others, and provide a feedback about services and products they use. We have the business profiles, where the business in pet industry could provide their services, their products, and get feedback about them and improve their sales.
So our competitors have solutions for mentioned problems, but they're usually solutions for singular problem. And also you will have to look up all the different websites, groups on other social networks, or some forums to find the solutions, while PetSmeet is all of that in one place.
Our market opportunity, there is like over 1 billion pets worldwide. More than 30 million pets in the Balkan Peninsula region. Dogs and cats being the most popular type of the pets. Local in Serbia, there is 1.5 million dogs and about 30,000 cats. Owners in Serbia spent near the 100 million euros for the pet care and health. And our major markets is the EU, China, and US. So our market strategy is to be stable in Serbia, then expand to the Balkan region, and then go to the major markets.
Our business model consists of two types of profiles. Free user profile. Basically, app will be free for everyone to register and use, and please do so. Users will have options to pay for boosts for their profiles and posts. Also, we plan to reward our users with loyalty system through referral systems and achievements and get them benefits from it. We will have business profiles. They will pay monthly fee. They would get opportunity to advertise their products or services to their targeted audience, and we will provide them with analytics for their potential customers. Also, we're considering some additional revenues, like GPS locators, sponsored ads. We went from last year from having an idea to completing the completing the early MVP, to now having some active users. Our goal in the next few months is to get first business users, and the goal in the next 12 months is to get around 30,000 active users, 500 business users, to set up a company's head office, to get users from Balkan area. In the next 24 months, we plan to scale those numbers up to get more active users and business profiles, to expand to nearby countries, to expand our team, to implement some of our additional revenues.
Here you can our financial models. We have low expectation model, realistic, and the high expectation. Low expectation model comes with without investing in the marketing. It's passive income. Realistic expectation is the product of our business strategy, and the high expectation is the product of if our app skyrockets. Here you can see the dream team that developed the application. Our team is our goal is to provide good softwares and create a sustainable and product and business. Here you can see our investment proposition. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Hi, thank you for the presentation and congratulations on the idea. I have just one question. How will you try to acquire users through time?
Our strategy is to acquire, first of all, pet owners. Pet owners, our tactic is to reach them through our system of gamification. We have some referral system through the invitation, and we want to be thankful for someone who invites his friends and provide a reward through the partnership with our partners. So that's the most important strategy to acquire more pet owners. Businesses comes with the huge number of pet owners.
If I'm understanding correctly, this is basically social media for pet owners.
Yes, that's basically the idea. So and having some functionalities for pets. For example, like finding pet's partner or helping you find your lost pet, something like that.
And the GPS logators, will you be cross-selling them or building them yourselves?
We're still considering the idea, but we do plan after we make some business profiles and our app goes places.
My question is about the competition. Maybe you have it somewhere in the presentation, but what about, I mean, I don't know for Serbia, but for other regions, are there some market leaders? What's the market you're aiming?
We are first aiming for market in Serbia, then we slowly start to expand after we show our business model is good.
Yeah, but are there any similar social networks for pets or something where the field you are playing in?
Not that we are aware of.
Not even of the failures?
We don't know.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Forgive the question, but it was the most, the most intriguing statistics. You mentioned that 75% of owners were trying to find a partner for their pet. Is that a friend or a friend with a benefits partner for pets, or what?
Sorry, I'm sorry, we are not Tinder for the pets. We are, first of all, network for the owners, and then we help owners to find the pets for match their pet.
Thanks, got it, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Možemo da nastavimo dalje. U ovom poslednjem bloku čeka nas još 5 pičeva od 5 različitih startupova, zatim imat ćemo jedan pep talk i za kraj jedan sjajni panel sa divnim damama. Sad da prvo krenemo od pičeva i ovog uzbudljivog dela. Nastavit ću opet na engleskom, s obzirom na to da nam je žiri internacionalan. Our first startup is North, whose goal is to provide an automated and cost-effective solution for sales data analysis. I will invite them to join. You will have 5 minutes to present your idea and then 5 questions from the jury. Enjoy.
Thank you. Help. I need a pointer. Thank you. Thank you. Yep. So, hello, and I'm ready when you are.
It's okay.
Can I start? Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Milos, and today I'm going to present you our solution called StoreMetrics. And as you see from the title, it's an all-in-one software as a service solution that provides premium data services, analyzes and optimizes team efficiency for production companies. How this all started, like every one of you goes into retail stores, go to the supermarkets, and you'd even think about why are the shelves presented the way they are? Why is the Nutella always near the bread? And again, what happens? How is the strategy behind all that? What happens when you actually buy one thing in the register? When my colleagues, one from my partners in the company, came to me when he was switching from one FMCG company to another. He said that currently there's like enormous amount of space, an enormous amount of companies that are still waiting for the automation, still looking for the best suitable solution for all of this. So what do you came to the conclusion of almost 2 years of market analysis? So that the data is large, of course, you can mention, and it's mostly in the raw form. And there is a big problem of manipulating all the data. Effectiveness, of course. Why? Because you are creating reports and analysis maybe on false data or not correctly analyzed data. And again, even if they analyze the data, we still found that there's a lot of insynchronicity between the actual offices and the managers and the actual people working on the fields, working and servicing the retail stores. And of course, there's an enormous time waste. Why? Because if something happens in the store, they need to go there, take a photo, come home, make a presentation, and present them in week after on a meeting, and then next week go and fix the issue. There is a lot of time that is wasted and a lot of money for the company. So we decided to create a solution to reduce operational costs, as we said, to try to automate all of the processes or most of the processes mentioned, and of course try to make a functional and flexible solution so that we can cover most of the companies. This is we call it North ecosystem. First one is StoreCheck. That's the application for the supervisors and commercialists used in stores in order to report the actual real-time visuals and the representations of the selling objects and their products inside the stores. Of course, second is secondary positions and returns. Again, what happens when there's near expiry date? Why are the products selling more, and why are these actions and discounts when the expiry date is near? Again, this is how we are doing it. And again, next one is promo management. You are fairly familiar with it. Again, why are the discounts seasonal, expiry date related, or just some strategic move? And sell in, sell out is the model that is going to receive and collect all of the sales data from the registers, connect it, analyze it, and present it in a digestible way to the managers and supervisors. What we create, this is the thing that we decided to do when we started to get. Okay, we need to be highly flexible. Why? Lots of the companies do and function in a similar way, but we need to adjust to each one of them. We need to make an objectively good and usable features, and we're going to be priced at a fraction of the price for in the comparison to the local or international competitors. We are trying to reduce mistakes, to show a genuine data happening on the fields. We are going to decrease time consumption and to show the conclusive analytics. Why, when we talk about USP, we are creating a subscription model. Why? Because most of the companies have them yearly budgeting, and when something happens, they need to allocate most of the resources. We are allowing trial periods, more flexibility, and as I said, prices and time reductions. How the applications work, commercialists and managers are in the stores, taking photos, collecting data, and we have a digital platform application that all of the data is connected without statistics, so that we are skipping that lag between managers and the actual stores. The global industry and market is growing, as you know, and this is upside or downside analytics. And this is our revenue model. We are looking for the FMCG companies and the production companies, and of course, the retailers with the direct sales and on-demand monthly subscriptions. Marketing strategy with the champions and partnerships. We are in 2 or 3 phases right now. Competitors that we analyzed and created our data and our product that is similar but better in comparison to them. And how do we make money? Implementation and per user charging. Supplement milestones and our revenue plan for the next year. Next plans and the team, 15 plus 15 years of experience. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. You have a really hard slot after lunch. Sorry. Your slot is a really tough one.
Yeah.
We had lunch.
Okay.
So I'm a bit puzzled. Could you tell me in 3 sentences, 3 short sentences, what exactly do you do?
Yeah. I can get 1 sentence per module if you are looking for 3 sentences. First one is an application for the real-time reporting from the retail stores done by supervisors and commercialists. Second one is actual promo management. Again, supervisors and commercialists entering any promotional activity inside the store or from the offices, depending on the strategy plan, sales plan. And the third one is sell and sell out. Application that collects and analyzes sell-in and sell-out data, representing the data that is sold, generated when the products are sold on the registers, analyzed and represented on our platform, so that managers and, again, top-level managers can get digestible information quickly with the possibility for export in Excel. That's it.
Thank you. What stage are you in?
We are currently in MVP. There was a slide when you could have seen graphically. Yeah. Yeah. So that first and second module are finished. So we developed them. We tweaked with the first one even more due to the fact that we launched 2 trials and tested them. There's 120 users, parallel users. Everything went well. We didn't fail. So that's first one. And sell in, sell out is in the pipeline.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. How long does it take to implement the solution in the stores?
Yeah, actually this implementation is quite simple due to the fact that we wanted to go with least intrusive solutions. Is there a pointer? Oh yeah. So why? Most of the data we collected are from Excel. Why? We wanted to stick with that, as I said, non-intrusive strategy, because we didn't want to connect to the database until we establish certain connections to the trust, so that this is semi-public data, so that we can import ETL, and they're ready to use it 2 to 4 weeks. Why? We are skeptic about this 4 weeks due to the fact signing and maybe vacations or any other thing occurs. We are ready in 2 or 3 weeks to start, for the company to start using the application.
And how do you implement the data? How do you collect the data? Is it scraped or automatically entered into the system?
It's it can be done in 2 ways. First way would be manual import, because most of the data they have daily, weekly, and monthly. For the first 2 applications, they're imported right inside the store when they are using the application. When they are starting the implementation, they have Excel with names, locations, managers, supervisors within 1 row, and that's just for first implementation. And for the third one, the companies are getting daily, weekly, and monthly reports from the retail stores, and that's just how the business works, and it's all in Excel. So we can do it manually. We have an import, or we can do it automatically because they are downloading it via APIs. So we can just connect to the API and again do it in I don't know, 2 a.m. in the morning or 3 a.m. whichever company likes. I don't know. They're not visiting stores at 3 a.m. That's fine. Thank you.
Milos, so you are in the retail industry, FMCG retail. And I'm sure that for store managers and for producers, there are already some tools and softwares that can help them run their business. So what would you say is the most innovative fragment of your business? Is it the platform? Is it the model, business model? In what area you see?
Yeah, we tried, as I say, a couple of things to unique our positions on the market. First of all, that is that subscription period, because all of the other solutions are done in the contract or for about 3 years, and that's connected to the third one. Their response rate is 6 to 8 months to any update. to the software, because the software gets, when the local competitors and some of the competitors get too big too quick, and they start to become robust. And okay, you have a 3-year contract, and in a lot of cases, the actual solution doesn't fit you quite right, and then you submit a ticket or something, you're not getting that follow-up as fast as you should.
Is it then a different market? Are you targeting just small businesses in this area, or?
No, we excluded the biggest ones due to the fact that most of these tools are going from the upper markets, from like a mother company, and I don't know if you're representing Europe, you have mother company in Germany, and all of the solutions are just gone to all of the subsections. But any company less than that, until the company that has one commercialist. So it's not a whole market. We are not solving world hunger, but there is a diversity. Yeah, thank you.
Is it similar to a supermarket loyalty scheme?
Sorry?
Is it similar to a supermarket loyalty scheme like you would see in the big supermarkets?
Yeah, it can be. That's our 2.0 model. And we are firstly trying to focus on the production companies due to the fact that if, for example, you are producing cookie, it's your responsibility and in your favor to sell it as much as you do, especially if you pay for the shelves and the positions. And it's still the inconsistency between the retailers and the productions. So when most of the production companies start using it, there's going to be more pressure for the retailers to implement it so that they don't have poor judgment or any disclaimers or problems with the actual producers. Yeah.
Just one question from my side. Okay. How your solution will fit within the new world in the retail FMCG, meaning like the smart shelves, meaning AI recognition, etc. Because this one is quite today and probably just for the regional market.
Yeah, that's the actually thing that I just talked with Milos from Pioneer. He has like almost the same question. So when we try to analyze not just Serbia but regional, most of the Eastern Europe are, as the one of my previous presenters mentioned, SAE, are doing almost the same thing. And okay, we are trying to fix one step at a time. Next steps are image recognition for the first 2 models, so that when you take a photo, it immediately shows what the problem is. And again, as a statistics side, we are trying to, next step is to implement machine learning and AI in order to get in that strategy part of the companies. We are still not trying to get that big why. In order to have information, you need data. So first we need to collect it as much as we could so that we can set not business strategies, but business suggestions for the companies.
And one subsequent question, and I'm done. In the team, do you have anyone from retail FMCG?
Yeah, it's Milan. He's the one that complained that most of the companies have this type of problem. He has like more than 15 years in the FMCG. He's worked with 4 companies that we all consume their products from Serbia. We all would know who they are. And 2 of them we actually have our trials in so that we can test the actual viability of the products. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our next startup is Behold, startup company from Serbia founded with an aim of developing of solutions that digitizes the process of beehive inspection through precise colony status information in real time and AI assistant suggestion for optimal beekeeping. You have 5 minutes, I will do that.
So, hello everyone, my name is Petar Pejic. I'm 4th-generation beekeeper, 2nd-time founder and CEO of Behold, AI-based beekeepers' digital assistant that allow beekeepers to keep an eye on their bees in real time. Imagine sitting in sofa, drinking coffee and checking the status of your hive, which is somewhere in the mountain. We are a team of 6 equipped with knowledge and experience in beekeeping, startup development, hardware, software, and AI development. And our vision is to digitalize every hive on the planet and make a world a better place for bees, beekeepers, and consequentially for all of us. Bees are the most important pollinators. More than 30% of global food supplies depend on them, and they are at risk of extinction. In the same time, we are now living in digital age, but beekeeping inspection is still same as 200 years ago. It have two main challenges. First is to get precise information regarding colony status, because you need to be physically present at the apiary, manually open each hive, and visually inspect each frame. And 80% of time, these inspections are unnecessary. In the same time, you do inspection on average once a month, and in the meantime, you don't have any information what's happening inside your hive. Also, when you open your hive, you need to perform actions on the spot, which require a lot of knowledge and experience. Our competitors use indirect data, such as temperature, humidity, weight, but with their solution, you still need to perform manual inspections. In contrast to them, our solution completely removes the need for manual inspection, provides suggestions for optimal actions, yield, and problem predictions. Our key differentiator from competitors is unique patent-protected device, which collect the same data as during manual inspection, same visual data, just continuously in real time. We're using this data to train our AI assistant, which track bees and give you suggestions for optimal actions. Our solution have great global impact, and we are in line with 3 UN Sustainable Development Goals. And one unofficial news from us, which will be official in 1 week, we are chosen as one of 100 most promising startup companies from Europe, which is solving global challenges. Our target clients are beekeepers. For professionals, with our solution, they increase revenue. Hobbyists can dedicate more time to the bees, and beginners do not need previous knowledge to start with beekeeping. Our business model have 3 price points depending on the level of precision of AI assistant. As additional revenue stream, we sell IoT devices for beekeeping. We plan to be cash flow positive this year and to reach break-even point next year. Our target markets are US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and EU, and this is based on the return of investment from the beekeepers' standpoint. We was part of several pre-accelerator programs and managed to get around 200,000 euros in grants and prize monies. And in 2021, we developed our first prototype and tested it in Serbia. In 2022, we test second prototype in Kenya at their Institute for Insect Physiology, laboratory for bees, where we validate technology and confirm it is not harmful to the bees. And then last year also we sold our first 10 MVP systems and pre-sold 35 MMP systems, which will be delivered this month. We are looking for up to 200K. We already have lead investors, and we want to future boost the data collection for AI development and to expand regionally. That will be all. Thank you for your attention.
So with the technology, is it purely just for hobbyists? Because I remember meeting a chat from Plenity, I think they're called, the guys from Bulgaria, and I think they were trying to use their functionality a little bit to even pick up on local pollution incidents, for instance, because that's what the data collected from a beehive could actually tell them. Do you go as far as that, or is it more just for the hobbyist?
Yes, the name is Polenity. They are a Bulgarian company, which we count there on slide with competitors. Basically, they're in this group where they use this indirect data. But again, you get information regarding weight of hive, temperature, humidity. It's useful, and beekeepers using that. Professional beekeepers, hobbyists, even in Serbia, Bulgaria, like everyone who have more than 50 beehives have at least one such device. But again, it's helpful, but it cannot change that you no need to go anymore to your your apiary, and it can happen then, like you today everything is okay, you perform inspection. Tomorrow something bad happens, you lose your bee queen, and until next inspection, the whole hive is gone. So, and like that's the point where we are.
Well, my question would be, what do you see as your biggest challenge in scaling this business?
Oh, biggest challenge definitely is to reach like new markets. We are pretty good, like we are satisfied with reaching Serbian market. We started that last year, let's say, and the challenge will be how to approach new markets, because we did some research on like regional market, Bulgarian, Macedonian, Bosnia, etc. And we see that there is slightly difference and we need to have different approaches. So, and like we are not so much experienced in that part of business. And that's why we put a lot of attention on all of these programs in which we are to help us in solving those challenges, how to approach new markets.
What has your traction been like so far? What's your revenue split between IoT devices and subscriptions?
Yeah, good question. Yeah, for now, for start, yeah. Because in order to train our AI assistant, we need our hardware. And our first approach to the market was to validate that there is interest in the solution. So we sell our first device, and most of money is like, let's say, like 200 euros is for device and 50 is for pure software. So it's 1 to 4 for that. Yeah, but one interesting thing, we making move, and this year we will offer that some part of our AI assistant also work with some competitor devices which are available in Serbian region.
I actually don't have any questions. You answered all my thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you. And next startup to present is Remote Santa. This is an employee gifting platform, peer-to-peer oriented, and completely removes administrator effort from HR and management. They say make friends, not just colleagues. So you have 5 minutes to share more about this.
Thank you. Can I get that one? So if I can start with one question, how many of you work remote? Okay, nice. Nice. So it's same from my side. I've spent 5 last years working over TopTal, working remote for some really good companies that really care about their employees. For example, in one company, every time when we finished the milestone, we got a gift card on the Amazon. And also to encourage us more collaboration and to better get to know each other, they organize display games like Secret Santa and similar. So this was really cool, but I ended up with a lot of gift cards on the Amazon US, which, as you probably know, I can't use due to my location. All expenses would go to delivery, and few more colleagues had same problem. So we stopped doing this, few of us, so we started feeling like we are less part of the team. And as you also probably know, based on statistics, we are not the only one with this problem. There are a lot of remote workers in the world, and number is rising, which has similar problems. So I am Radom Rđoković, and I've founded Remote Santa to help companies with this problem. We are using employee games and gifting for this, and to be honest, we are not the only one doing employee gifting. So there are competitors, but they are all actually focused on the award services. So they just give awards to their employees, and they don't encourage them meet each other or work together. With a Remote Santa, every employee will get same amount of points each month, and the main focus is actually on peer-to-peer games and gifting, so they can do Secret Santa, they can unite and buy birthday presents to each other, and they can really get to know each other, work together, and encourage proactivity. So this is an example from our platform, where we can see that, maybe not that good, but Jovana's birthday is coming soon, so we can unite and get her a birthday present. And also I can spend some points on myself, so based on my location I can get a gift card which I want and buy something for myself. We founded the company in the December last year, so for these 3 months, or 3 something months, we've launched MVP last week, and we are already having first demo sessions and onboarding first clients. We did fake door for the US. So we have a few companies in a waiting list for the US, and logical next steps will be actually to release as soon as possible into US so we can onboard these companies. And based on the feedback, update the product and add some more features. And I'm really happy to share that on some demo sessions we got really nice feedback. Favorite for me was when I mentioned to HR that it's free for beta users, and I mentioned it once more. And at the end of the session, she said, I really like product, but what's the price? And it's really good confirmation for us that this is something that companies are willing to pay for. It's 2 of us in the team, me and Jovana. I'm from technical side doing backend and DevOps. Jovana is doing frontend and UI UX. And on sales and marketing, we work together. Our main revenue stream is a subscription, but we can also get a revenue stream from gift card discounts. We are in a search for a seed round to help us get more developers into team and invest a bit more into marketing and sales, and that lead to generate more leads. So thank you a lot for your time. If you have any questions, I will be more than happy to answer. And it's free for beta users, so I hope that I will see you soon on demo sessions.
Thank you for the presentation. How can you grow big?
You mean with revenue big, or yeah? So definitely our marketing plan for the US will be cold email campaigns, and we also will check LinkedIn campaigns too. And that's the first step. And important in the future will be some partnerships that can help us with getting in touch with developers and actually remote workers. Sorry.
Okay, thank you.
How does the gift giving work? Is there a preset number of gifts they can? When the user registers and buys the $3 license, can they choose which gifts they give? Is it preset? Is it Amazon? How does that work?
We are connected to many gift cards. We launched in Serbia, so we have a lot of here. And in every country, they will have a huge amount of gift cards for every country, so they can, through the gift card, get the presents to each other. And companies actually paying subscription and the budget for employees. So company gives the money for whole budget for their team.
Thank you.
So there are gift cards, so if I'm an employee, everybody just give me some points, or I earn points. I'm not sure I really understood.
Okay, so the base way of earning points is company sets same amount of points for whole company to get the points. So there is no management effort involved. But if they want to give you some extra points, it's also possible.
So those are basically benefits from the company given in form of...
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically benefit for employees, but also trying to trigger employees to get to know each other better. So use this benefit to meet people inside of the company better.
Mm-hmm. And are there on the market some competitors?
Absolutely. So there are competitors. We have a competitor listed, but they are actually award services. So these competitors just allow companies that they can give points directly for employees when they do something good, but they don't encourage any collaboration between employees one to each other. So they just have rewards for employees.
how does the effectiveness in terms of engendering kind of employee engagement compare spending money on your system compared to spending money on a night out or something?
Definitely great question. So this is not a lot of money. This will be small presence, and the effectiveness will be based on these games mainly. So they will meet each other through these games and learn about each other. For example, I will write something about myself, my hobbies or something. Colleagues, when they want to buy me a present, will read my hobbies, my interests, and they will buy me a present based on this. I will also learn about them. So we will definitely become more close in the team. This is one example, but we will focus all the games in that direction to encourage proactiveness in these things. Thank you.
What is your projection regarding the sales cycle? So how long will it take you to close the first company?
To close the first company, we expect it pretty soon. We had some demos last week, and we got a nice feedback, so I expect hopefully this week, at the end, maybe next week, that we have first companies in Serbia.
So you believe that between the demo and signing of the contract, it will be a month?
I think about that. It takes a bit for response. We had a demo with HR, which needs to check with someone in the company or something, so we don't get a response immediately.
Okay, and the second question, why did you choose the US as the next market?
The main reason for US is the next market, first is it's a huge market. The second is we got free signups from companies in the US on a fake door we didn't get from other markets. So that's mainly our research. We put it on the website like we have it. We didn't run any marketing campaigns, but we got free companies from the US applied, so we thought maybe it's best direction to go there. Thank you.
Thank you so much. The next team had an additional 15 minutes to prepare because I made a switch. So I invite here to join Noxatest, the future of diagnostic solutions. Their cutting-edge technology can identify and monitor a wide range of bacterial species and antibiotic-resistant mechanisms with unparalleled accuracy and speed. You have 5 minutes to present us.
Hello, welcome. My name is Marko Komloš and I am presenting you Noxatest team. So during the 2019 there was like 6 million dead in that year, just year before the COVID, because just we couldn't treat microbes that are resistant to our therapy. So we made a solution that is fast. You get results within 4 hours. There is affordable and robust. It contains 700 bacterial species and 150 antibiotics. Our solution is simple to use. You just take a sample, make an incubation for about 1 to 2 hours. Then you just take your phone, make a photo, send it to our artificial intelligence system, and it brings you the results. Results came in 2 ways. You get exact antibiotic that you can use and the bacterial species that you have. So we have 3 compartments. So green one, we get what is exact bacteria species. The blue one is about antibiotics, and the red one is control. So we strive to get to have a test that is reference. Our solution you can use on clinical or on fermentational processes and also alternative proteins. So we cover food and medical and veterinary field. So our market is in food quality control is about $5 billion, and in clinical is about 3 billion. So in total it's 8 billion, and CAGR is about 8% yearly. Our business model is B2B and B2G. And our use sensor will cost 10 euros, production cost is about 1.2, and profit is 8.8 per test. Our marketing strategy is making a content, webinars and workshops, and partnership and collaboration, and also about the sales strategy, we are going with direct sale. So we have several different competitors. They are huge pharmaceutical companies. I know that they are better than us with the time, and some of them with the price, but because when you combine time, price, and robustness, you see that we are the best, because our first competitor, Illumina, it has, just for one sample, takes about 18 hours instead just as 4 as we have. My co-founder is Jelena, and she finished her master's in Hebrew University of Jerusalem. And I am CEO and PhD student in veterinary microbiology and specialist in microbiology. So we search to reach prototype phase 350,000 euros, and for market phase we need additional 25 for patenting and advertising. Our product map: in first 2 quarters of this year we are going to design the product. In third and fourth quarter we'll do assembling and optimization, and in fourth quarter we'll starting with prototyping. So in next year we stay for first 2 quarters for MVP and last 2 for scaling up. Until now we reached funding from Climate Kick 2,000 euros, and thank you very much for attention.
So you are currently in the stage of actually preparing for the prototype at the moment. And all the data that you have shown us about how the test will function, etc., do you have any proof of the accuracy of the test or anything similar?
Not yet. We are just in ideation stage, so we are searching for money to make a product.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Does it need much in the way of licensing and government approvals to be put into use?
Because we don't do with actual human samples, so FDA and EFSA, the European regulator, they will go lightly on us because we don't go deeply in human material. Thank you.
What will you do if you do not raise money?
We are going with bootstrapping. We established a small home lab, so we are now trying to make everything like on zero.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And the last startup to hear today is Hirecast. It is an ATS software platform that streamlines the hiring process, beginning with the AI talent pool, job post creation, assessment definition, candidate evaluation and selection, and team collaboration towards contract signing. They will join us online, so I hope in a few seconds we will see them on the screen.
This is actually just me, but thank you so much for the intro. I didn't catch pretty much everything from the beginning, but thank you again.
You have your 5 minutes to share with us your pitch.
Thank you so much. Should I share screen? Just let me know.
Yes, you can share your screen.
If you want to follow up through the... Okay. Do you see it?
Yes.
I hope you do.
We see it.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so again, thank you so much for giving us a chance to participate today in such an amazing event. And unfortunately, none of my team is able to participate today, but I'm here to explain quickly what the whole idea is about. So, startup we want to present today is called Hirecast. Hirecast is a software platform, ATS, or applicant tracking system, which enables recruitment teams to hire candidates easier and faster. Problem we addressed is that companies or HR teams share thoughts that sourcing, interviewing, and testing candidates is time-consuming and tedious process. It requires them to juggle between multiple platforms Excel sheets, and communication channels. On the other hand, we have a first-hand experience of the problem for both sides. We have interviewed candidates for the companies we have worked for and have also been through the interview process ourselves. Sadly, none of the mentioned processes wasn't working for us that well, so that was the reason why we decided to introduce something new. Okay, so solution, platform that unifies the hiring process, starting with the AI talent pool, job post creation, defining assessments, an overview, evaluation, and selection of candidates, and team collaboration towards signing contracts. To jump to details about those, so starting with AI talent pool. So idea is that our AI talent pool will be a key offering. Currently, there is one product on the market that uses AI to provide a list of passive candidates. We plan to partner with data providers to pre-populate our candidate database and then match the best fit candidates with job requirements provided by the user. Our automated candidate list will be based on the job post criteria. Besides AI talent pool, we want to focus on the automated candidates pipeline, predefined assessments, and seamless teamwork. Jumping to the market potential, our idea is to first start locally. So basically MVP, we would like to publish for the Serbian market, and we will focus on the IT companies. Serbia has around 2,500 IT companies, counting 40K employees. Speaking about market potential globally, ATS system global market worth 3.2 billion by 2026. 98% of Fortune 500 companies and at least 66% of large companies are using it. The adoption rate for small companies is low but growing quickly. And last year, it was estimated that 35% of small organizations are using ATS. Jumping to the next one, business model of the platform will be based on subscription. We plan to offer, nothing is set in stone, but we plan to offer 3 pricing plans: premium, basic, paid, and custom. With the freemium, we would like to onboard first customers fast and give them a sense of the platform and option to test it out and go through the feature set we offer. Basic potential will be more interesting for the ongoing customers, and custom premium, which will offer unlimited assessments, job posts, and so on. Jumping to the next one, business model details. So our plan is to have MVP ready until 2024, and as I said, starting with the Serbian market, and subscription model is pretty clear, and this is just an explanation how we will generate revenue. Then jumping to the competitive landscape, talking about competition, there's like huge players on the market, but yeah, we just brought in here Workable, TaskGorilla, and TalentLift, and so on. For example, what we would like to provide as information here is that TaskGorilla, as an awesome startup who raised in the Series B, I even don't know what amount of money, but solving the part of the tests and assessments, awesome. They are lacking on the part of the pipeline. On the other hand, Workable has that part of the pipeline solved pretty well, but they are using usually third-party solutions for the assessments. So our idea is to bridge that gap and basically have a platform that will have both things sorted out. Go-to-market strategy, yeah, just a quick glance. MVP ready until 2023, followed by the MVP being live, refining the platform, and generate some user growth in 2024. And we think that in 2025, we'll be able to have a full product build, followed by a user growth, experimentation, and improvements as well. Quickly on the team. So yeah, don't ask me where these guys are today, but basically we're a tight-knit team of specialists, each an expert in the field. After years of discussion, we finally came together to bring our collective expertise to bear on the projects that we're passionate about and dedicated to making a success. This drive and shared vision is what powers our application. Working for various companies while receiving a grant will allow us to step away from the regular jobs and actively collaborate on the project. That would be it in short lines. Let's jump to the part with the questions.
Thank you so much for your presentation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for the presentation. I'm Stevica from Phil Rouge Capital. I have a question. You are working on this project, right?
Actually, no. So far we did a few phases of the interviews, and we have a pretty well sorted prototype of it. But at the moment, no, we are not still working on it.
How come you won't be able to have proof of concept or MVP by the end of the year?
In discussion with the team, we will definitely have an MVP, because idea is to, I mean, even pitching today, the idea we have is to generate some seed and basically focus on working on this platform full time.
Okay, thank you.
That way I think we'll be able to deliver it until end of the year. MVP part of it, yeah, that's important to say.
Hello, Milos from SCV. Will you guys be competing against HireVue or only the AI talent sourcing?
Well, basically the idea is to cover both, but our focus would be definitely on the AI, but for AI we'll definitely need some time. So let's say that will be the next phase of the development, but in the first one, we will definitely focus on the hiring process.
Hello, do you already have some maybe arranged clients? Are you doing some sales, pre-sales, let's say, and how are the clients' reactions?
Got you. No, at the moment, only as I wrote, we have an experience like interviewing some of the people from HR teams across different companies in Serbia, and which I mentioned already, like during the interview process, either ourselves or as we were looking for the people to join companies we have worked for, none of the existing solutions wasn't that well sorted for us. That was the reason why we decided to start working on this one. But yeah, regarding the customers, no, nothing's still there.
Is the market the bigger enterprise type clients or the SME sector?
Well, let's say that small and medium businesses is something that we would focus on the beginning, but later on we would definitely love to jump to the big companies as well.
In terms of the market that you're targeting, have you done the research in which market actually there is the highest level of fluency and turnover of employees for which this kind of solution would be the most significant? And if you have, which market is that and why you're not targeting it?
At the moment, what we can do with the MVP is probably focus on small and medium businesses, but later on, as I said, like maybe that sounds from this perspective too optimistic, but later on we plan to go directly to the bigger players on the market. But again, doing some research on the more specific and more detailed research on the big companies, it's something that we haven't went through still.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your presentation. And yes, we can have a warm applause for all 10 startups that shared their ideas today. I think that they deserve it.